South Park, the famous adult show that is still around for more than 25 years. It was collectively created by Trey Parker and Matt Stone in the summer of 1993. South Park has always been seen as one of the pioneers and best adult animated shows in the industry. With its humor style, it caught a lot of attention and it led to grow quickly and become a massive franchise. However, over 25 years, there have been distinctive changes in its humor, character, and animation style. Furthermore, the public's perception of the show has also changed over the years. The animation style of the South Park has always been looked unique and eventually it became one of the signatures of the show. However, with the passing of time and the increasing of its popularity, the perception of the creators has also changed over the years. Before the 5th season, animators were using cutout animation style with construction papers. In first 2 seasons, their intention was to make the show to look as amateur as possible. This decision was related to the humor that the creators was aiming for. However, in later seasons, even if they still used cutouts, their intention changed since the perception of the show got widened. In the first 4 seasons, they were using a software called Power Animator to animate the cutouts. Starting with the 5th season, the animators started using Maya, the software that can animate the characters like cutout animations, but quicker, easier, and smoother. This helped them to keep the unique design they had created and also develop the animation style of the show quickly, which helped them increase their popularity much faster. Because of the very nature of the show, they tend to criticize almost all other popular things happening in the world with their unique humor style. Since Maya had quickened their production phase, they were able to make episodes relevant to the particular time of that season. The humor style of South Park always had the infrastructure. The creators were always being bold about the humor they narrated. The humor was always direct and aggressive. However, in the first seasons, it was much more out of context and raw. It seemed like the creators were just looking for how they could get away with it on TV. The violence and gore were more on the screen, but they were happening spontaneously most of the time. For example, there was a huge gag going on for lots of seasons. It was the death of Kenny. He used to die in every episode. All those deaths were mostly still connected to the story of that episode, but it was still spontaneous and direct. Also in the first seasons, the humor was going around on the main characters of the show. The kids, Stan, Kyle, Eric, and Kenny. The side characters like the other kids at school, other people in town, and the parents were used to stand at the back. However, in later episodes, the characters like Randy Marsh, Butters, Eric's mom were started to be included more on the main story. The creators start to add more depth to these characters. This led the characters like Butters and Randy Marsh to evolve and become almost one of the main characters. The society's view about the show is also changed over the years. There were still popular dark humor cartoon shows like The Simpsons, so the audience was already got used to the idea of dark humor in cartoons. However, South Park carried it to the next level with its humor style. They added lots of jokes and themes that other creators were afraid or skeptical to add to their shows. This led South Park to be liked by most of the audience. There were still lots of controversies in the media since they mocked lots of celebrities and politicians, but its humor style mostly led to success over the years. Soon, South Park became a mass IP that known and loved by millions of people. Furthermore, with the amazing rise of the video game industry, creators of the South Park also wanted to be part of it and came to an agreement with the gaming industry's one of the most exceptional studios, Obsidian Entertainment. The video game of the South Park was an intelligent move for the creators, and the studio did a great job implementing the South Park humor and its world to another more interactive medium. They really wanted to create something original and they made it. The game haven't been forgotten like many games from that time and it's still loved and played by lots of gamers today. Overall, the major change in the South Park over the years is significant yet natural. For the animation, the way it has evolved was to protect the infrastructure of the animation style. For humor, it was depth. It was actually mandatory because after some time you always need new stuff to keep the attention of the audience. However, creators did it so professionally that the show is still relevant after more than 25 years and people are still loving it.